Dark Souls 3 or Souls-likes in general are considered hard games. But what if I told you that I actually turned this game into a complete joke? Basically, I managed to max out my weapon after killing just one single boss, and you can apply this exact method to the strongest weapon in the game, which you can get right from the start. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how I did it. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I created a new save and gave my character a fantastic name. I cooked up a character design that I was absolutely happy with. Most importantly, I chose the black firebombs as my starting gift, you'll see why soon, and the mercenary class, which starts with the best weapon in the entire game. I'm not kidding. I finalized my character and dove straight into the game. First, I grabbed the bonfire and then I went all the way back to the very beginning. After doing a little something and moving forward again, this happened. So I made my way past the Gundyr's arena, restarted the game and successfully ended up here, in the Firing Shrine, without ever having to fight Gundyr. And just so you don't think I'm bullshitting you, no, the boss is still waiting there. If you haven't seen this trick before, you might think I'm a total idiot, and you're right about that. Anyway, what did I do? After returning to the start, I literally unplugged my drive with Dark Souls 3 on it, which caused half of the location to stop loading. Now moving on, from Firing Shrine I went up where I pulled off the insane treescape on my first try, grabbed an Estus shard and traded the black firebomb at the crow's nest for a Titanite chunk. What was that sound? And then I could move on to the next area. Right away I headed to the right. Oh shit! Where I could bomb the transforming enemy so he would drop a Titanite shard, and I picked up a bow near him. Generally, there are quite a few Titanite shards in this area that I could pick up along the way, saving myself from some of the grind later on. From the tower on the wall bonfire, I went outside, then back inside again, where I grabbed an Estus shard and this key to unlock a certain NPC. Along the way, I was slightly caught off guard. The NPC I mentioned is, once again, located all the way down from the same bonfire, and I specifically need to buy arrows from him, and I mean a lot of them. So if you want to replicate this, make sure you have enough souls ready. And also, this shield came in pretty handy because it is the best pair in the game. Anyway, I bought the maximum amount of standard arrows I could, 99 to be exact, and it was time to do funny things. In High Wall of Lothric, I visited the old lady, we had a little chat, then I murdered her. As soon as the Scoliosis Dancer appeared, I just said fuck it and quit the game. After loading back in, I spawned outside the arena, which allowed me to head toward the first and only boss, who I also ended up cheesing. I stood as far from the fog gate as possible while still being close enough to enter. I stepped inside and started spamming backstabs. And this happened. The boss didn't notice I had entered the arena. What does that mean? I had a completely free hand to just spam arrows at her until she died. It took a little over 5 minutes before I realized I didn't have enough arrows. No way, I don't have enough arrows. I have like 5 left. Maybe I can use firebombs? Please just don't notice me. Fuck! So pro tip, you need to buy with all the standard arrows and at least 40 fire arrows just to be safe. I repeated the method and this time I was successful. Though I think I would rather fight the boss. Yes! That's 2 cages! Now what's next after killing the only boss I actually need for a maxed out weapon? From this spot you can infinitely farm the knights down here. Because they drop Titanite shards, so just kill them over and over and gather enough of them to get your weapon to +3. Though I gotta say, the drop rate is a bit miserable, I was stuck here for almost an hour. Yes! Now that I had enough Titanite shards, I could move on to the next farm, which is literally just a few steps away. In the Dancer's arena, just climb the ladder, run to the right toward the next bonfire, and from there, you can farm large Titanite shards, basically the stones, to get you to +6.
Oh, come on! Oh, please. Yeah, nice. Thank you.
This time, the knight has guaranteed drop rate, so you only need to kill him 12 times. And once we have enough, it's time for the second to last stone, the Titanite chunk. I couldn't farm these anymore, but there are plenty in this area to get us to +9. I went over here, took the elevator, jumped off early to grab an Estus shard, and the Titanite chunk that was sitting on the broken wall. Down below, there are 2 more chunks that I had to sprint for, dodging some really annoying enemies, and after that, I took another elevator up to the right of the original one, where I found another Titanite chunk at the end of the path. Time to go back to the Lothric Castle bonfire to collect the rest. One was right by the bonfire, another was tucked away to the left past some danger, 2 more were just on a short detour.
I'm dead.
Then I reached the next bonfire, dropped off the bridge for another chunk, and hopped down one more time to grab the final 2. So at this point, you could easily head back and upgrade your weapon all the way to +9. But I said I would max it out, didn't I? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. However, for a Titanite slab, I had to venture a bit further, and of course without killing any bosses. This wasn't clickbait. I needed to reach the first DLC, where the nearest Titanite slab is located. But there are 2 bosses standing in my way. Or are there? Back to High Wall of Lothric, from the Tower on the Wall bonfire, I went down, inside, killed the knight, and met the specific enemy which I had to spare. Which I had to spare and lead him to these stairs, where I needed him to attack and parry him so I could bug myself into a wall. It didn't go very smoothly at first, but after a little while, I finally pulled it off.
I don't think that's good. Maybe? Yep. Oh shit, okay. Oh fuck! Okay, the controls are awful. I don't know where I am.
Okay, what the fuck? Oh, there's the fucking dog. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, please just don't kill me. In this state, I had to sprint all the way to the Ward's arena, hug the right wall, and walk right through the door, which was currently unloaded. Just a bit further and I was able to get to the next location. And I successfully skipped Ward. So now I just had to run through this and the following area, where I picked up some fairly important items along the way. I ran all the way to the 3rd bonfire of this location, where there's a small crystal lizard, and killing it gave me a sharp gem, which I will need later. So I kept going, and going, and going. Oninbro was slowing me down, and down below I let this lobotomized experiment experience exactly what I have experienced a few times myself. No! And I made it to the Road of Sacrifices. I ran through this section to the next bonfire, kept going, hugged the right side, where all the way in the back there was a path leading to a Black Knight, which I completely destroyed, of course. Shit. But what was more important to me than the Black Knight was this item, the Ferncoal. I had to give this to the blacksmith in the Firelink Shrine so I could infuse my weapon with dexterity. And for that I also needed a sharp gem. Now the weapon will have even better dex scaling, which means way more damage. Back to the current bonfire. This time I headed left across the water to the next one, from where I could go to the next boss. But before that I had to deal with an invader. Where even is he? Oh, there he is. Alright, now for the next boss. Yeah, I'm not fighting this one either. The next boss is the Crystal Sage, who is usually pretty easy anyway, but if you're mentally ill, like I am, you can choose the harder path and just skip her. I really don't like this skip. Can you stop? Oh yes! No, fuck! Oh nice. Okay, I'm here. Now I just have to not fall off. And jump here. Finally! So this way, the only boss I have defeated is the Dancer, who I also cheesed. And now I can finally go grab my Titanite slab. I headed to the Cleansing Chapel bonfire, where a gal sucked me right in. I somehow wandered my way to the bonfire in the small cave right before the bridge. I chopped the bridge down while standing on it, trying to pull off a cool moment. Oh fuck, I'm on the other side! Okay, let's try that again. I jumped down the roots and for once I didn't kill myself in the process. I grabbed the bonfire and ran to the left all the way to the end, where I had to cut down a single tree. And when I turned back, a ladder had appeared on the path back up. It's nice that the enemy was useful for once, but there's no way that much wood came out of just one tree. Anyways, I climbed up. Can you just fuck off? No! Okay, quit, I'm gonna die here. I climbed up, and finally picked up my Titanite slab. And just like that, I successfully gathered all the materials and maxed out my weapon after killing just one single boss. So I could finally throw myself at the biggest challenge any Dark Souls 3 player can face. The first boss in the game. So that's all for today's video. This is how I broke Dark Souls 3 and maxed out my weapon after killing just a single boss. Gundyr might be the first boss in the game, but I guarantee you that with this build, you would melt every other boss just as easily and breeze through the entire game. Especially if you combine it with the best ring setup, which you can see on the screen right now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one, whether it will be another game-breaking video or perhaps some challenge. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, if you haven't already. Until then, see ya.